Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Coach Gary from the San Francisco Bay Area. Let me adjust the screen here a little bit. This morning, we're going to talk about the advanced people searches in LinkedIn, how powerful they really are. If this is the first time that you have joined us on this Monday Morning Mentor, I do it every Monday morning at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time in the morning. So if this is the first time, we want to welcome you aboard and hope the information that you can take away from our lessons and our teaching will help you to move your business forward and prosper you in your ways. So these lessons work. My target marketing is for network marketers, but however, these lessons do work for people in sales in general. So if you're in real estate or mortgages or insurance or financial planner or a chiropractor or anything like that, and you need to build a customer base, these techniques and these principles will help you out. So you can follow along with us each week. Now, if you've gone to my blog site at the number 30minute-millionaire.com, on my blog site, you're going to find that these articles each week that I teach are posted on that blog site. And you can get on my mailing list and become a member and get the free blog post. The articles that I write every week consistently will be emailed to you along with a copy of the video of these presentations, so you can go back and review those presentations and read the blog post articles and really put together a really great strategy and a great plan for you to move your business forward. So with that being said, I want to also show you, if you haven't got my latest mini ebook, LinkedIn for Network Marketers, Key Secrets Revealed, please let me know that. You can email me at Gary@30minute-millionaire.com. That's Gary at the number 30minute-millionaire.com, and I'll send you a free copy of this, my new mini ebook just released, brand new on my website. It's all working now. We got it all up. I got a great staff that put this together for us. If you haven't not joined the membership or gone to my website at 30-Minute Millionaire, then go ahead and join, and you'll get that free mini ebook downloaded and sent to you immediately right on the spot. And it's a great overview of the power of LinkedIn and what it can do for you. Well, why am I writing this, and why am I passionate about it so much? And why do I want to teach you these great secrets about LinkedIn? So here's why. You know, the problem today is very dramatic. People love network marketing because of the community and the culture and the support systems that they have. No question about it. It's an industry that encourages you to do better, doesn't come down on you to do better. You know, a lot of times, I'm sorry, in the corporate world, because I was vice president, you know, in a very large company, I'm sorry, but I evaluated my staff and my members, and I had to write reports on them and how the performances were doing. You know, now our behind the door scenes, it was very sad. It was never about, you know, what can we do to send this person to a leadership school to develop his leadership skills, or what can we do to help this person with their people skills. It was never those conversations. It was always about, should we get rid of them and replace them? I'm just sorry, but I'm just telling you like it is. Okay, so I want to make it very clear that in the network marketing industry, the reason I love it so much, I'm so passionate about it, is this is an industry that's geared to help you to become more successful in your life. Your weaknesses are viewed as, okay, as skills that you need to acquire and acquire and learn. Okay, that's kind of like different, right? Okay, so we want to help you along your way. So we're behind you, encouraging you. We're your cheerleaders. You know, we got the pom-poms on and the dresses and ready to go. I know I'm making a little fun here, but that's the truth. So just keep that in mind. The biggest problem that network marketers find in such a great dynamic industry is finding the right people at the right time to help them build their businesses, to run with them. You see, a lot of times you go out and you sponsor out of your warm market or your local market, and don't get me wrong, I teach very well. I'm an expert in those area markets too. Okay, I sponsor a lot of people in those markets. But here's what I want to tell you, is that you go out and your warm market may not produce the leaders that are going to propel you to the top and work with you. All right, they may not be in your warm market. They may not be in your local market, or it may take a long time to find them. What LinkedIn does is put you in contact with quality leaders who aspire to a better lifestyle. They make more money, right? They're looking for residual incomes to invest time and money in. So you have a different mindset of a person. You have an entrepreneur thinker. You have a person that's self-employed. It's just a faster way to find more quality people than what you can do in the warm market and the local market. And more people are going to find out the secrets to social media marketing and find out the secrets, especially in LinkedIn, which I think is the most powerful marketing tool ever to build a sales funnel from. So with that being said, we're going to go right into the lesson today and do a screen share and listen, be patient with this lesson. This is probably one of the most powerful lessons I'm ever going to teach in social media marketing. I want you to get your pen and your paper out, and remember, you want to get on my blog site to get a copy of this lesson emailed to you. You also want to watch the video again as it comes out on YouTube. It's recorded on YouTube, and go over this 2 or 3 times to get this. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go through with it. Now, another thing I want to add before I get into the lesson. If you're struggling out there, I don't care what MLM you're in. I'm not going to recruit you. If you're struggling, you can give me a call. Tell me what you're going through and let me help you out. All right? Yes, I charge for coaching, and I write books, and my people go into my books and my coaching, but I have fee schedules for that. They're very reasonable, by the way. But if you are stuck and you're in an MLM, listen to what I'm telling you, okay? And you can't get it off the ground, you can't find the right people, call me. Email me at Gary@30minutemillionaire.com, and let's get a 15-minute, 30-minute coaching session together with you, absolutely free. And I promise you that any problem that you have, I'm going to get it unblocked for you. I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong, what you need to do. And that 30 minutes, 15, 30-minute time session, I'm going to get you unblocked, okay? Unstuck, as we call it, okay? We're going to break the wall down. We're going to get through there. We're going to climb the mountain that's in front of you, okay? Very, very easy stuff for me. I've been doing this for years. I know exactly in a few minutes' time, how I can help you get through those blocks and those constraints, okay? So you have that opportunity now that I'm offering that. I'm in a position now, I have the time to do that, okay? All right, let's go to the screen share right here. Okay, got your pencils out? You're ready to go. All right. I call this a series. The logo, I'm keeping it the same. And there's 7 series. It's 7 fast ways to connect on LinkedIn. And this one is called searches, which is number 3. Next week, it's going to be number 4. Okay. But let's talk about that. Now, let me give you a little background here. I always like to start out with a story so you know what my thinking is. Obviously, the problem was finding quality people. But when I first learned LinkedIn, I was hired by a consultant in the recruiting industry, not the direct sales industry. I didn't learn this from direct sales. I learned this as a consultant, that I was hired in the recruiting industry to find key candidates, okay, as potential partners for him to grow his offices in 2 major cities. The person who hired me was the founder and owner of one of the top leading executive search firms in the United States, okay, in this country. All right, he was responsible for placing some of the high-end CEOs and CFOs in the Fortune 500 companies. My client showed me the ropes. I don't want to mention any names here. He's a great friend of mine, great Christian friend, by the way. Okay, and I absolutely love this guy. But I didn't get his permission to mention his name, so I'm not mentioning his names. I had no idea about the power and capability of LinkedIn's advanced search capabilities. When he showed it to me, I was shocked. Okay, what I was taught to search for high producers and key positions in 2 major cities. Now, what do you mean? I was taught, in other words, LinkedIn allowed me to target into high producing, okay, recruiters in the search industry, and find those and target them and create conversations with them and lead them to the offer that my friend was offering his people, which was equity in his company to help him build it in these 2 locations. So, my gosh, I was able, just think about that. I was able to target right in, zone right in, zero right in on those key people. So my employer would provide me a list of names with PDF printouts of their profiles from LinkedIn. Along with that, we had the links that I can go there, click on it immediately, and I can read their profiles. And I thought, my God, what a great list that was. I knew everything about that person before I called them. There was no reason I couldn't connect with them because of the information that this schedule that he provided me had on it. It was such an easy way to do it. This made me very easy to find a common ground and a great reason to make the call, which is usually the problem when you make calls, is people get phone full because they don't know what to say. And they get nervous and they get scared and they practice the script that they're told to practice over and over and over again. Folks, when you find a common ground and you open up with a common ground or common interest, I promise you, write this down. Common grounds, common interest creates a common bond. Common ground, common interest creates a common bond. It doesn't work when you talk to somebody who loves to go horseback riding and you're in a bowling and you're talking about bowling and they're talking about horseback riding. That's not a common bond. You got to learn to talk in terms of their interests. What piques their interest? What gets them excited? You like to go horseback riding. Tell me more about it. Okay. That's what LinkedIn does. It allows you to find those common bonds. I mean, those common interests so you can create a common bond. Okay. All right. That's how you do it. That's the secret right there. Or I don't even have that in my write-up. I don't know why I didn't put that in there. Okay. The new and most high income earners had good communication, good commission splits, but lacked one ingredient to create their wealth. I'm going back to my days of recruiting in the recruiting industry. They lacked equity. So our whole target market and our whole sales pitch was you can work hard all your life. You can make a lot of money. You're growing that company for another person. You're creating wealth for them. Are you creating it for yourself? Are you creating equity? Are you adding to your balance sheet? Is your net worth growing? They were working hard 40, 60 hours a week. Some people were making up to $500,000 a year, but they had a great lifestyle. However, they had a very roller coaster income because the economy would go up, the economy would go down, and they weren't creating equity. Okay? That's the key. If our industry learned that you can build, if you can create equity in a company to this top leaders, they wouldn't have these people jumping and taking their teams from one company to another because nobody in our industry is allowing people to create equity. Big hint to any of you CEOs out there that are running these companies that are plugged into my Monday Morning Mentor, think about equity for top leaders and keep them the rest of your life, okay? All right. The light bulb went, let me just back up. When I was a partner in a mortgage company, we offered equity to our leaders. And we developed 58 branches. We had over 1,100 loan officers, 200 employees, and we grew that company to a value of $10 million overnight for that same concept of offering equity. So equity is a very powerful motivator when it comes to building something that you want long-term and longevity with. Just keep that in mind, okay? All right. So the light bulb went on. But I said to myself, how many times have I heard my downline say that they ran out of names, that they burned through their warm market? They didn't know anybody. I got so tired of hearing that. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. I can't wait to hear it. Oh, God, here it comes. Oh, wait, yeah, here it comes. Okay, so I sponsored a truckload of people, a ton of people, all right? And I learned how to hang out at Starbucks, you know, talk to people in line in the movie theaters. I knew how to exchange business cards. I was an expert at it. I got good at talking to people in the old days before social media came around. But you know what? It didn't produce a lot of leaders. I sponsored 120 people and found very few leaders, my friends. Okay? They just weren't out there because I was looking in the wrong places. Okay? I didn't know where to go. So how many good leaders could not create momentum because they could not find leaders motivated enough to do what they're doing? I got so sick and tired of hearing, yeah, you could sponsor 10 people a month, but I can't. You know, I got so sick and tired of hearing that. As a result, their businesses were revolving door business. People would come, people would quit. I'll never forget one of my dear friends. I just love this guy. In our old Amway days, was on stage one day. He was the funniest leader I've ever met. Okay, very smart, very brilliant, very loving, caring guy. I love him to death today. Okay, and so anyway, Jay was on stage and he says out loud to everybody, he goes, "Well, when you find enough people that you know, when you can find enough people a month that you can bring in, and you can bring in more people than quit, your business is going to move forward." And I thought, oh my God, that's it. I got to sponsor at a higher rate. Okay, because I got to replace the quitters. You know, the quitters were losers, right? No, they weren't, but that's what we were told. Okay, they just didn't have enough education to know how to implement and develop their skill sets. All right, and the company I was with way back then was very good, by the way, at personal growth and development. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I will never forget one of the top leaders saying that major convention. It threw me back. Okay, when you can sponsor faster than what people are quitting. So I left the convention feeling like, oh my God, I can sponsor at a faster rate. I'm going to get my business going. I went out and I did. I put in 90 people in a very short period of time. And I went right up the ladder. I was flown, you know, my plaque is still on the wall. You know, we achieved a very high level very quick, and it worked, but it didn't sustain itself. I mean, they said again, it didn't sustain itself. So my business grew as long as I sponsored at a fast rate. But when I got burned out and slowed down, I wanted to take a few vacations, all of a sudden it wasn't there. All of a sudden it just kind of went backwards on me. I go, wow, I worked so hard to get it there, and what happened? Okay, I don't want a revolving door business, and neither do you. So what's the secret? When you find key people and you really create a strong bond and relationship and a culture, that culture glues those people together. I promise you it does. And when you run together, you stay together. Write this down. When you run together, you stay together. So the phone calls back and forth between the people that you're running with, I never look at people like I'm the leader. I always look at people like, how can I develop their leadership skills? And how can I help them to become leaders? But as you hang together, I promise you, you stay together. Okay? Keep that in mind. Lincoln allowed me to find key people, motivated leaders who wanted a better lifestyle for their families, people that wanted to leave a legacy, people that wanted to build their balance sheet, people that wanted to secure their financial future and have a retirement. These people thought a little differently than a person just getting by. Leaders enjoyed the finer things in life. They wanted nicer cars, nicer homes, better vacations. People valued their time. Lincoln has millions of these types of people. The average income of Lincoln is $120,000 a year. These people are looking for what? Time. Time is the thing that they're looking for. Residual income is their caveat. I promise you. That's what they're looking for, okay? The 60, 70 hour a week, burned out when I was a young executive, I don't know, 28, 30 years old, somewhere in there, as a vice president. I was burned out, man. I was working around the clock all the time. From this experience, I learned how to find quality people, both in the recruiting industry and the direct sales industry. And here's where the gold mine came. Lincoln search tools that I took from what I was taught in the executive industry, in this executive search industry, when I applied them to the direct sales industry, it became a gold mine. I found utopia. I can turn it on, turn it off, do whatever I want with it. And then when I learned to hire a personal assistant and have her teach the same things I'm teaching you guys in my systems, and book out my calendar, it's like, oh my God, I had a life again. All right. I was so excited I could breathe again. All right. You can profile your target market down to setting keywords specific to the ideal prospect and have a geographical location that you're targeting or you're looking for. So the example we're going to use today is Canada. My God, we're in 200 countries. You can target any city in 200 countries. How incredible is that? Okay. So what city are you targeting? Where do you want to build it? Why is it important to target a city and find that leader in those cities and then build around that leader? Because all businesses grow around leadership. Leadership is what's going to drive your company to the success levels that you really need. If you don't focus on finding leaders and finding key leaders in your organization, you're just going to stay flat. You're flatlining, you're flatlining, you're flatlining. Okay? Stop it. What I'm teaching you is about going and finding the leaders that see what you're doing, that have that extra niche in the market, that have that competitive edge. They're going to love what you know, and they're going to tie into what you know when you teach them what you know. I promise you that's going to happen. There's no reason why you guys can't build some of the largest organizations in your company with what I'm teaching you, okay? 5 steps away from gold, and here's what they are. Here's the big secrets. Click on the advanced search. Right here. You see this thing right here, advanced people search? Number 1, I want you to click on that at the upper left-hand corner on your Lincoln when you're there. Okay, there's a little drop-down menu. You click on people and you click on advanced search. When you click on advanced search, you come down here. Now look at number 2. This is key so you can follow it. Number 1, advanced people search. Number 2, you click on entrepreneurs or type in self-employed or whatever type of industry you want. Now this is just one easy facet to show you how powerful it is. There's other facets to the search that you have to learn. As an example, you can click on what industry. You can click on what companies down here. So down here under advanced people, you can go to current company, industry, past company. You can even click on a school and find people. Oh my God. Well, I heard people, great people are coming out of MIT. Well, go find them. They're right here. Boom. Profile their language even. Okay. If you're in a nonprofit, look what you can find in a nonprofit. So you have entrepreneur, number 2. Number 3 is the location. Now you got to double click on this. It's a little tricky here. So you got to double click on location and it opens up the country. You type in Canada. Okay. What's the 5th thing you do? You hit search. 5 steps away from gold. It's that easy, folks. That easy. Now look what happens when I did that. Now remember what I said. The problem is finding leaders. And the biggest complaint I got is I don't know anybody. It's not that I can't find leaders. I don't know anybody. I've burned through my warm market. I can't do this if I got to go back to that warm market list again. That's the biggest fear people have right now. Okay. Look at the numbers. When I did that simple search in Canada, I came up with 24,673 entrepreneurs. My keywords were entrepreneurs. I could do that in any keywords I want. Now, do you think I could find enough people to sponsor and find some leaders that build my business in Canada? Absolutely, I can. Okay. And I plugged in first connection, second connections, all my connections. Well, what's first connection? That means I'm already connected with them. What's second connection? Those are their connections. What's third connections? Well, they're connected to the second level connections. You see, I can go third and below. I can go third and beyond at LinkedIn. It'll pull them all up if I want. The different strategies for people you know and people you don't know. We're going to get into that and teach you that as well. Okay. So look, these are some very hot, qualified people, right? Now, all I got to do is find one that's just not happy where they're at. That's all it is timing. You just got to talk to enough people to find out where they're at. Are they happy? Are their teams growing? Do they know what we know about social media marketing and the power of LinkedIn and about the people, advanced people search on LinkedIn? Probably most of them don't. I know that for a fact. LinkedIn actually provides demographics and geographics for you in your search criteria already. You don't have to do a big competitive analysis. The old days, you had to search out who's your competitors, find out what they're doing, see if they're doing something you're not doing, and stay ahead of them. That's the real way you market. Find out what your competitors do it better. Okay, now, here's what's crazy. Here's a gold nugget for you. Find your leaders by doing a broad search and then focus on their area to build a large team. Other words, you will do better by focusing and concentrating on fewer areas than searching and recruiting from all over the map. It's really true. You want to get the buzz going in the local area. So in Canada, I'm thinking, okay, where can I go in Canada? Well, look at Toronto. Has some of the, mostly entrepreneurs are in Toronto and Montreal. That's in Vancouver, some in Quebec. So look, I got my target areas already, my geographics already nailed. If I want to add a city that I'm targeting, I just click on here and add the city. So my strategies are now finding the right people in the right location, pinpointing those leaders, and now I can start a fire in that area. I can, I don't have to fly all over the world. I can get a group going in Dallas, Texas, or I can get a group going in San Antonio, Texas. I got a guy right now who's just firing it up in San Antonio, Texas. I know I'm going to be going to meetings with 200, 300, 500, pretty soon 5,000, 10,000 people in those meetings. Okay, this guy's going to fire. He's firing at it. Okay, so I got a leader in San Antonio, Texas. Now I want to find one in Toronto or Montreal. I want to get that team going. I want to do a Google Hangout with them. I want to spend time with them. I want to mentor them. Okay, that's how you do it, folks. Okay, that's how you get a team going and the locations that you want to go. And I kind of like pick my locations out for two reasons. One, what are the heavy MLM areas or entrepreneurial areas? I don't want to create something out of nothing, because if I create something out of nothing, I'm just going to spend a lot of time educating people that don't want to be educated. Go find the people that already want it. Okay, more strategies on pinpointing leaders in my new Kindle book coming out in July. I'm doing a plug for my new book on Amazon already. I'm going to really nail this stuff. I'm going to get into detail. Somebody read that book and apply the lessons is going to be able to build a fortune. Okay. All right. The fortune right now is in your ability to find the right people. I'm telling you. Okay. The fortune is not in the follow-up. I'm sorry. Okay. The fortune is finding the right people, and you don't have to worry about the follow-up because those people do the follow-up. Okay. If you'd like to be one of the readers while on these books, as it's being written right now, okay, all this stuff is going to be coming in my book. All right, just let me know. Email me at Gary@30minutemillionaire.com, and guess what I'll do? I'll actually provide you a free copy of that book for doing it before it comes out, and you'll be able to read my book chapter by chapter, and you'll be able to be a critic of mine. That's how I write the right book for the right people, because I want to know who the critics are. So it's important that we have the critics. Very, very, very important. Okay, the critics. So if you lose interest while you're reading my book, you email me and let me know. Gary's a spot in here. It didn't have clarity. God, I lost a little interest here. I got reading. It just bored me. So I want to make sure my book is very compelling, very interesting, keeps you on your toes. So just remember, I need readers to help me do that. Okay. All right. Here's another gold nugget. By reading MLM Watchdog, you will discover what MLMs are having problems. Why is that important? This usually means good leaders are looking for a home. What a gold nugget this is, my friends. This is a huge gold nugget. Okay? It's a way to pinpoint and find leaders to build your company. What do you need? Leaders. What's the game? Leaders. Current company data allows you to be very target market specific. If you are posting articles or building landing pages, you can add problem companies to your meta tags or to your SEO. Okay, I'll put that in there later. SEO, I'll update this. And you guys could find those people. And I promise you, you're going to find them. Okay, because a lot of times when their leaders call them up and say, and I know it's happened to me, call them and say, hey, look, I found things aren't working right. The company's just got corruption or problems. I got to find a new company. A lot of times people get situated and they want to make those changes. Okay. And or maybe they don't like the new company that the people are bringing up. That just happened to me. I didn't care. They couldn't give me a company I liked, and I went out and I found a company. It was by accident that I found it. So those things will happen for you. Okay. All right. Now look at this. Also, in your current company, look at this. It shows me what companies in that search where those people are coming from. I can even add companies to find out. I found some in health services, some entrepreneurial media, another one World Financial Group. Okay, so I could find out what companies these people are in and why. Gives me a better idea of how I'm going to target that market. Now look over here. It tells me I'm in a relationship with 27. I've got second connections at 2,300, 699. Third connection level is 21,975. Folks, I got a gold mine in that Canada and those places, and I am going to be doing it and building it in Canada. So I'm looking for leaders right now. So that's part of my program. Okay, relationships are very important. So you might want to connect with those you already have a level one connection with, and let them know what you know that they don't know and how you can help them to move their businesses forward. Okay, always help a person to move their business forward. What can I do to help you to move your business forward? Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful when you ask that question. There are a lot more search parameters on LinkedIn. Too many to share with them all right here. A lot of them are going to be in my new book. So you can always plug into my Monday Morning Mentor. You can follow my article post and read all about these. Again, I'm only going to use one list. I don't want 50 lists. So you've got to sign up for 30-Minute Millionaire, be a member to get on my mailing list to get these articles emailed to you right in your own email, and just create a folder with them and put them in there. LinkedIn series from 30-Minute Millionaire. Okay. Read my new book coming out in July. If I have any coaching spots, I have a few spots open right now. I'll be glad to talk to you about that. Okay, work something out with you there. A new mini ebook has just been released. Link on Network Marketing. Just showed it. Now available for free on my blog site. Follow me on Google Hangouts. I teach internet sites. So you got all these ways to keep up to par here, and two of the main ones are free to you. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So you didn't have to pay for my book coming out. You could be a reader right off the bat. You can follow along with these series to learn about it. You could also, I'm building a new course on LinkedIn too, but I'm going to be selling that. That's going to be monetized. So, okay, so let's stop sharing for a minute. Okay, so folks, you can spend a lot of time spinning wheels, and you can go out sponsoring a lot of people, and you can, and you're going to feel good about it. Oh, I sponsored 40 people, or I sponsored 60 people, or 100 people, or even 200 people. Sometimes that will work. I've always heard it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Folks, that's a myth. That's such a lie. That is the worst teaching I've ever heard. It's a numbers game. And these top people are telling you it's a numbers game. It's not a numbers game. You got to learn to target your market on a specific basis, both geographically and demographically. You got to know who you're going after and why. And when you start building relationships with the right people, you always wonder why these people go on stage. Hey, man, I just hit diamond in 90 days and I'm making $90,000 a month. That's because they already have their sphere of influence. They've already targeted those people, and they connected with leaders. One of my best friends ever. I mean, it took him 13 months or a little under 2 years, make $140,000, $150,000 a month. And what he's doing, what I am doing, but he does it manually. Okay. He just gets on network, on social media, and he just finds those people and he builds relationships with them. And that's how he does it. and he just drips on it a little at a time, you know, and 3 months later, 6 months later, he gets a phone call back from him saying, look, hey, tell me more about it, what you're doing. That's all it is. So just keep that in mind. Leaders take a little longer to get, but boy, once you get them, you're going to go up like a rocket ship. So again, follow along in my series. This is Coach Gary. I hope you learned something. Pass it on to people. Invite people to Monday Morning Mentor. You know, I'm teaching you real stuff with real meat, okay, that you can get ahead in your network marketing company. I want to see you succeed. I want to hear your success stories. All right. I want to read your profiles. I want to read everything you have that's going to help you to get to the next level in your company, in your business. All right. God bless you. This is Coach Gary. Look forward to next Monday. Bye-bye now.